rights organizations. Founded in 1963 at the request of President John F. Kennedy, our principal mission is to secure equal justice for all through the rule of law, targeting in particular the inequities confronting African Americans and other racial minorities. Over the course of the past year, our work to confront our nation's growing hate crime crisis has been one of our top priorities. We know that the hate crime crisis we see today is not new and is rooted in our country's long and tortured history when it comes to racial animus and hatred faced by African Americans and other racial minorities. Our work is carried out with sensitivity to the legacy of white supremacy and the history of racial violence that loom heavy throughout our nation's history. Our Stop Hate project works to strengthen the capacity of communities to confront hate by connecting them to existing legal and social resources and by creating new resources to fill gaps. Our 844-9-NO-HATE hotline serves as a resource for individuals and organizations who have experienced or witnessed hate, and our www.844-9NoHate.org website provides Know Your Rights materials and toolkits to support communities combating hate and includes information on hate crimes laws and relevant statutes in all 50 states. I want to use my time this afternoon to talk about the unique challenges that we face in terms of the spike in hate activity online. Violent white supremacists and the alt-right are using online platforms to plan, incite, promote, and generate violence at an unrelenting pace. At the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, part of our work to address this crisis has entailed a concerted focus on how white supremacists exploit racial divisions to reach broader audiences online and in turn incite unlawful, hateful activity. And I want to be clear that there is indeed a meaningful distinction between hate speech and hate activity, especially in the context of the internet. Hateful activity is inciting or engaging in threats, harassment, violence, defamation, intimidation, or other illegal action with bigoted animus. Unlike mere speech, these forms of unlawful conduct are not protected by the First Amendment. They cause tangible and real injury to victims and communities. We believe it is critical to hold private service providers accountable, and I want to talk about some examples of the work that we have been doing in this space. Richard Spencer's altright.com stands as one of the darkest examples of websites that celebrates and encourages racial violence. In the course of our investigation into altright.com, we observed that GoDaddy was providing domain registration services for the site. Altright.com was, in our view, in clear violation of GoDaddy's own terms of service, which clearly prohibit violence, particularly against racial and ethnic minorities. GoDaddy's Universal Terms of Services agreement required that consumers not use their services in a manner that is illegal or that promotes or encourages illegal activity. Yet we observed countless examples of published content and postings on the site that directed people to, for example, use live ammunition at the border, with the substantial chance that they, being immigrants crossing the border, might lose their life in the process. There were other postings on the site which encouraged violence against women and violence against people on the basis of their religion. We went after GoDaddy and pushed them to enforce their own terms of service, which they did, and altright.com went dark last week. We took similar action against Stormfront, the oldest and largest white supremacist hate site online. For more than 25 years, this is a site that has been tied to the deaths of individuals and other violent activities. The Southern Poverty Law Center aptly describes the site as, quote, the murder capital of the internet. Following our